writing is fun, but like even a book, you can give it to someone. Who knows if they're gonna read it, and even if they do, who knows if they're gonna read all of it. And it's also just like when you have ideas and not something concrete yet, it's much harder to, I don't know, show someone that and have them be in any way impressed or interested. But when you have like a song, it's something more, so much more visceral, so much more like, I don't know, biologically, like there's something biological about it that's just like, oh, you'll latch onto it and be more willing to listen to it or be interested in it. Um, so
That's
yeah.
fascinating point you bring up because in my experience thus far, it's been the inverse. I'm also a writer and I've written books, and the books, alhamdulillah, thankfully, they've done pretty well. Like people have shown an interest. In fact, I remember this past Ramadan, I was just sitting at a bench and I was writing in one of my notebooks, and this older uncle, he comes over and he sits with me and he starts talking and he's like, "So like, what are you writing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just writing some stuff." He's like, "Are you a writer?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You written a book?" I'm like, "Yeah." Or actually, my friends tells him that I've written a book, and so that uncle, he buys my book, he reads it, and just the other day, he was like, "I finished reading your book, man." I was like, "Whoa, that's really cool to me." Now, the reason I say it's an inverse relationship is because when my friend and I dropped the album, it was crickets chirping, man. The reception was like almost nothing. Like, I don't know what anybody thought, good or bad.
Mm.
I would have wanted something, compliments or criticisms, but it was nothing. It was like people pretending like it didn't exist. And that bothered me for some time, but I've gotten over that. But what you said right now is interesting to me because my experience has shown me the inverse. People cared
Well,
less about the music.
yeah, I mean, I would to that I'd say like, I mean more so when I'm going to show people the stuff I've made. Because one thing is I've never written a book. I've written screenplays. And the reason I haven't written a book is simply because I'm not a reader. I don't like reading, which is, I know my English teacher one time was like, "Oh, that's such a shame because you're so smart, but you don't like reading." And I'm like, I don't know, man. I like watching things so much more. And so to write a book, I have a feeling that would be exceptionally boring for me. Maybe not boring because I'd be writing it, but like it's harder for me to get into a medium that I myself am not a fan of. I think that's why music came so easily to me and why writing comes so easily to me. Film writing, I guess, or screenplay writing, because I love those things. I love, watching things and analyzing them, and I love listening to music. And so I think and the reason I bring that up is because I was gonna say I've never written a book, and I wonder if I did, if it would get more attention, naturally, but I'm not sure. Uh, I would say again, did you go and like show people your music, or did you just let it be?
Like that Beatles reference there.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was
yeah,
intentional or not, but but
it was.
I just posted it, on
Mm.
social media once. I shared a couple of songs, and I to this day I don't understand like what was it, because I can understand that I get that people have different tastes, right? But releasing an album is a feat of its own. So like despite genre, the crickets chirping just doesn't make sense to me. Because you would think there'd be some sort of interest, but it's like I don't know what happened. To this day, it's a mystery to me. But like I said earlier, I've kind of moved on. It's in the past, it's in the rear view.
Yeah, I think it's just, that's how it goes whenever you're making anything really. It's surprising to me that that surprises you. That tells me that in your other endeavors you've had a lot more of a audience, which is not an experience that I have had. I definitely, really struggle to get people to listen to my stuff on but also it's been the case that I haven't really tried to market it. And that's what I would say to you is probably the reason why it didn't work out is because it's not being marketed properly. And that's not to say it's your fault or anything. It's very hard to do marketing. I only know this because I work in marketing now. Hooray! Uh, and it sucks, but it's taught me a lot about like, okay, whenever I get to the point where I actually really want to pursue these things for real, because like right now it's just me doing, music, having fun, building up my skills. And once I start, doing all this stuff like executing on all these plans I'm making, then I'm gonna use all that marketing experience to really go full ham and get people to actually listen to things.
Yeah. If I've had a realization in the past year, and I've had many realizations, but the one that hits me a lot is marketing is like a metaphorical Rome. All roads lead to it because
Hmm.
that's life. Marketing is life. And we all have to figure out how to be better advertisers because that's life.
Yeah, I mean, or even more so, like marketing is like the road itself that leads
Mm.
to Rome because it's like everything has to go on the road, right? So everything has to be marketed if you want it to succeed. I guess in this analogy, Rome is like success.
That's a good way to put it, man.